As you know, Taurens 10 LV has been recently the LV version of this map is the newest version. So before we used to have the laboratory here, now we have the starting position for the players. So the laboratory is very far right now, and what I've noticed by playing this map on ladder is that you hardly have the time to ever creep this camp. Like, before you get to the point where you can safely creep this camp, many things have already happened in the game, while the old meta was to always creep this laboratory camp first, which opened up for a large variety of strategies that you cannot apply anymore right now because of this totally different outlook of this map. But the new map also introduced very good items here in the middle, so if you can get the items here for the Blade Master, that's gonna be nice for you. It's also pretty good items for the Demon Hunter. As a human, you don't really do that. And interestingly, Effect, which is the human player here at the left side of the map, is going for a Mountain King. So unlike the previous game that I casted on Twisted Meadows, where he was playing the Archmage, this time he's playing a Mountain King. I hear the sound of a follow, so I think someone followed me, but I didn't get the notification. Let me check. Yeah, we got a new follower, so thank you for the follower. Thank you for the follow. I have to open the stream elements to see who followed me, so I can't do it right now, as I need to stay focused on the replay because Effect is going for the laboratory, I mean the mercenary camp obviously, while Stormoth, also known as Cash, is powerfully creeping this camp, which is actually the easiest camp to creep in the entire game, I believe. Like, you can creep this with any hero. The creeps are so weak, so... But this camp gives you a very nice item for the Blade Master. You got the Sleepers of Agility, so perfect item for the Blade Master. In the meanwhile, Effect is already level 2. He's getting the Shadow Priest. And I really like this game because Mountain King is my favorite hero, as I told you before, against Orcs. So I'm kind of curious to see how Effect plays this, so I can hopefully incorporate some effective strategies into my game and make it better. So okay, you creep this camp, you get level 2. That's nothing too weird. So what I normally do when I play against Orc, on ladder you can do that. Instead of going here, I just make 4 foodies and I go here and I creep this. And if I'm lucky enough, I'm gonna get Book of the Dead or Healing Words, which is even better. And with the Healing Words and with the Book of the Dead, I'm going to be able to defend against the first Orc push. And it's very effective against Blade Master. Not so much against Farseer, because if you face like Farseer and foregrounds, then it's basically impossible to expand. But Effect is playing one base, as most of the professional players do. Is getting the Berserker as well. He's trying to go for the Goblin Merchant creep here, but he knows that Cash is here, so he's a little bit reluctant. Oh, that's big. And that's why I love Mountain King. Look at what just happened. He sniped 1 grunt, that's massive, and you can never do that with Archmage. So with Archmage you can never... Archmage is great to go for burrows and to go for Arras, but it's absolutely horrible at killing grunts in the early game. While Mountain King with the bolt and the stun can guarantee you those kills that can give you some kind of lead and carry you into the later stages of game. Oh my god. Is he going for the expansion here? He's going for an expansion. So I totally didn't expect this. I just saw that Cash finished his stack while Effect wasn't stacking at all, so it has to be an expansion, but this is an insanely late expansion. Like, if you come with like 2 Wyverns, you can punish this late expansion so hard. I don't think that this Berserker is gonna be enough to defend against like 2, 3 or 4 Wyverns. So very late expansion for Effect here. That's kind of risky, really. Even if he got the Grand kill. Level 3 is massive, but keep in mind the Orc can just abuse Wyverns at this point. And there's no tower here. So if the Orc decides to go for double Beaster at this point, it can punish this base so hard. Yeah, and I call it. It's obvious. He's going for double bestiary. Yeah, that's just the obvious thing that any orc would do. Or even mass raiders. I would go wyverns. You could also go mass raiders and try to surround Hex and surround the. I mean, X and then snare. The Mountain King get the kill, but you can also abuse wyverns, and he's abusing wyverns indeed. I mean, this kind of play that Effect is playing here kind of asks for this type of punishment. And that's why I don't really think you can do this. I mean, Effect is a great player, so maybe he's gonna be able to survive this push and then win the game. Everything is possible, but I don't really like to go for this mercenary camp against Orc. If you expand, you'd better expect immediately. You need to expand immediately and have the towers up, at least 2 before the Orc can punish you with wyverns. But he's pumping those towers pretty fast right now, so let's see. You should never. Those towers should never come up. Okay, if Cash plays properly, those towers shouldn't come up. Or you should at least try and focus them right now and apply some damage output and then finish them off with the wyverns. Because if they come up, then with mass repair, you will be able to hold. Yeah, looks like his wyverns are too late. Too late. He should have gone for the base here, because there's only one tower. So all of a sudden it looks pretty good for Effect. Oh, this is massive though, very well played. If you took a look at this, I'm going very slow because really I play humans, so I know that this is the crucial stage of the game. Like, basically the game is gonna be, I don't want to say it's gonna be decided here, but this is definitely the key point here. Like, who gets the better trades here is gonna have the lead. So we can say that Effect won here because he was able to deflect the wyverns. And now Cash did a good job here sniping the Berserker, which was the biggest source of damage output against the wyverns. I believe to break these 2 towers you need at least from 6 to 8 wyverns. So the only way Cash can achieve something right now is to masterfully using X. But I think his blade is too low in HP and also in XP. It's only level 1.
A player's forces are under attack.
So now, oh my god, he's even losing the wyvern here. This is looking horrible for Cash. He's never going to break this base again with the army that he's got right now. He kind of has to counter expand. He's got one level of masonry upgrade, so those towers are very tanky. So yeah, he's going to be able to counter expand now, but Effect is gonna play rifles here. He's gonna be playing very solid. He's gonna play a rifle caster, which is the counter to wyverns, and even if you don't have water elementals, with the economic advantage that you have, you should be able to win fights. So the only thing that the orc can do right now is really snipe units one by one, turtle a little bit, and try to avoid straight up fights, which is exactly what is he doing. He's cheesing a little bit, he's sniping, reinforcements, well done by Cash. I'm not sure why those wyverns came so late. And now he's trying to break, so let me see. He's got like 6 unupgraded wyverns against 3 towers. It looks like he's gonna break this, but it doesn't matter because at this point of the game, even if he kills the towers, Effect already has his army, so this army is gonna beat the orc army pretty strong. Like the orc army doesn't have a chance against this. We even have an archmage now for Brilliance Aura and the level 1 water elementals. So Effect is not even defending. What I really like about the orc is the fast tier 3 and the reinforced burrow upgrade. This is very handy and it's very annoying to fight against. Yeah, there's no way that the orc can win the fight here. I believe even away from the towers, but certainly not in front of those towers. He's tier 3 now, so he can simply re-expand with the Great Hall. And I like that he's placing 2 towers to secure this expansion. But I think that Effect could simply react with a few mortars right now. Cash is forcing another TP here. So if the orc can somehow turn this game into a lame game and make the human constantly run, force TPs and slowly drain his economy, keep in mind that the orc's expansion has been set up later than the human's expansion, so in the long run the orc is gonna have more gold than the human, because he still has 10,000 gold here while the human only has 7,000. So the orc obviously wants to avoid any straight up fight because he's gonna lose, he knows. And he's doing the right thing, going for peasants, going for towers. I really like that he has 1 Spirit Walker here, which is something that the average ladder players don't really do on ladder. When I face them, they go for mass wyverns, but they make wyverns only. they don't really get this walker. But this walker is key because the spirit link allows you to spread the damage output on all of your units, and so your units become tankier and harder to kill, way harder to kill. So very good job by Effect here, using Footman on defend to harass this expansion. This is a very effective move, with no pun intended. Talking about supply, we have like 64 food army for the human against 59 food army for the orc. So let's see if he goes for bloodlust. No, he doesn't. And this is kind of a cool game to see. More similar to a leather game than a pro game, because we always see the same things: Archmage into casters, breakers, Mountain King. So I like to see a game with mass wyverns against
Attack.
rifles.
A town is under siege.
Because that's what really happens on leather. On leather you can play everything. You see pretty much everything on leather. So in a straight up fight the human wins, but the orc isn't gonna fight. He keeps going for towers. Maybe, I think Effect could have researched the second masonry upgrade. If he's got the wood, he's got plenty of wood. I think it's worth researching that. It helps you. It helps you gain a little bit of time because your buildings are tankier. He's trying to defend only with Mountain King. While pushing the expansion at the same time, going for the towers. It takes forever to kill the reinforced towers of the orc. It's really painful, but he's doing a good job. However, he lost all of his towers in his own base, and Cash is sniping those peasants one by one. However, he's also losing all of his peons. So it looks like this game is turning into an expansion trade. Effect is finally decided to TP, but Cash of course keeps going on with the cheese, and oh, he kept his expo alive. That's massive. He kept his expo alive. So if Effect managed to cancel this expo, that would have been so big, but he didn't. So both of the expansions actually survived, and the orc is now gonna be able to catch on some healing, and now he's gonna go again. So far so good. Still pretty uncertain game. 0-0 upgrades for the orc, 4-4 on his hero levels, 5-3 for Effect. Unless the orc gets 5-5, which in that case is better for the orc. I think 5-3 versus 4-4 benefits more the human, because Mountain King level 5 is just insanely strong. And look at the inventory of this Mountain King. He's got Potion of Mana, he's got Potion of Greater Mana, so basically he's got endless mana, and he's gonna hit like a truck with those bolts and claps. So I think Cash could try now to just spam some towers. all around the map and keep effect on the run while mass expanding with towers. Just because the towers of the... Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Okay, he's got the Ankh, but does he have a TP? I don't think he has a TP. So if he doesn't have a TP, this Mountain King is dead. And he doesn't. This Mountain King is absolutely dead. I don't know what that Mountain King was doing over there. That's a massive, massive, massive victory for Cash. Instantly getting level 5 on the Shadow Hunter. Now that Healing Wave is really gonna be valuable. And with this Creep Camp, Blade Master is gonna be level 5 as well. So all of a sudden, Effect lost all of his hero level advantage. Now we got level 5-3 for him versus level 5-5 for the Orc. And I think with Taurens on the field, that's the time when you want to fight as an Orc. I think now he could fight. Maybe you want to have a little bit more Taurens. Okay, he's got like 3. Does he have Pulverize? Let's see if he does have Pulverize. Okay, double Totem Tauren. But when you have like 5 totems, 5 Taurens with Pulverize, you should be able to win this fight easily. So it looked like Effect had this game, but somehow Cash played very well. He played very smart, and is now in a decent position. But the game is not over by any means. I mean, it could still be decided by micro. We don't have Bloodlust, so if Effect manages to snipe all of those wyverns with the rifles, then he could still somehow find a way to kill those Taurens. But the question is, where is he gonna find the DPS to kill those beasts? Basically, he only has the Mountain King. Okay, level 3 Bolt is the only thing that can really kill those Taurens, and I'm pretty sure, okay, he's got Master upgrade on the Walkers, which means that each time Effect snipes one of those Taurens, they're going to be revived by the Walkers. So the only way you can micro versus this is if you focus the Walkers first with the Mountain King, and then once you've killed all of the Walkers, then you can start focusing the Taurens. Because if you just kill the Taurens, it's totally useless. You waste all of your damage output and you're gonna lose the fight, because the Walkers will simply revive all of the Taurens with the Ancestral Spirit spell. So all in now for Effect, calling all of his militia, trying to take down this expansion. This is a scary Orc army. This is a really scary Orc army. I wouldn't want to fight this army really. We have Wyverns with poisoning damage. We got a strong beast. Oh my god. Nice Invis saving this Archmage, but look at those Taurens. And he's not losing any single Wyvern. The rifles aren't... Okay, now he's starting to lose the Wyverns. That's very nice. That's a lot of experience, but Spirit Link is doing the job. But Shadow Hunter is low. Nice clap by Effect. And look at those Taurens. They just don't die. But the clap is massive. It does a lot of damage, and Effect is splitting his rifles just beautifully. Is he really gonna win this fight? First Torrent is being revived by the Walker, but all of those rifles are still alive. However, Mountain King kill and GG. This game was awesome actually, and this fight turned out to be a lot closer than I expected. I expected the Orc to just crush the human, in the last fight, and in fact it won. The orc won in the end as I expected, but Effect did a very good job in the fight. Like, those rifles lasted for long and they didn't actually die. But still, very good micro by Cash, keeping both of his low HP heroes alive and then finalizing the kill on the Mountain King, causing Effect to leave the game because obviously he didn't have any income anymore. But very well played by both. I didn't expect the fight to be that close in the end. I just expected like Taurens to kill everything. But there wasn't bloodlust, so the DPS wasn't too high, I guess. A cool game, by the way. So if you just tuned in to my stream, basically the more you view, the more you earn points. So I'm using this app. It's not really an app. It's called Stream Elements. It's like Streamlabs.